distribute it later. Then I would like to present you the gamification framework that we use inside our organization and that help you to make the process of setting gamification techniques and strategies inside the organization more structural. And of course, Q&A session, and we have a couple of perks from our media partners that I will cover at the end of our webinar. So guys, if you have your questions during the webinar, please note them and I will happily will answer them at the end. So let's move on. I have experienced more than 10 years with the customer experience and loyalty. In 2019, I founded Craft Innovations as a service design agency, and since then we grow and evolve, expanding our service portfolio and geography. And today, Craft Innovations is we consider ourselves as a global UX research and a customer experience design company. And we focus on financial industry. So we help financial institutions innovate faster and designing better customer experience. So to achieve them, we have three pillars, an incredible team behind them. It's customer research and service design, so understanding user needs and build better journeys for them. It's product design, so designing digital products, and this process often includes developing on tailored gamification strategies. That's why we talk a lot about that today. And usability audits and usability testing, so ensuring the digital products are intuitive and effective. And again, during these usability tests and different audits, we meet a lot of cases where gamification can play good or not in case of making customers' lives easier or more engaging. So again, as I mentioned, why we consider that we are a global company, because we deal with user experience across many locations and different cultures. So it gives us quite holistic point of view on what is going on the global landscape. And it's quite useful for our clients because many financial organizations and fintechs today targeted the cross-border payments, international investments, and have multicultural customer base. So, and this experience help us to understand all these points and connect them in the right way. So, but let's move on to the core of our webinar, gamification, and welcome all to the level 1, the basics of gamification. Before we jump into the specific methods and strategies, let's take a look on the numbers and why gamification matters. The reality is that almost half of our planet plays games today. And this just aren't like just the gamers. So in simple, are your customers. Because the proportion of people engaging in games and in digital banking, you can see on the charts, it's almost equal, and the distribution is equal for developed and developing markets. And regardless where your users are located, they already speak the language of play and rewards. What the most interesting that no one forces people to play. They do it voluntarily, and often they pay for that money. And as you can see from the stats, an average 8 hours per week, people play games. So the right question, why do they do so? And what is more importantly, so what we can learn from that and how we can convert this knowledge into our products, so make engagement and loyalty more effective from our point of view. Overall, we have 5 core drivers of user engagement. The first one is quite most obvious, is the making fun. So playing games provide a very fast dopamine and help release stress, offer a temporary escape from the reality, depends what any person would like to achieve. The second one is social interaction. So it's about a feeling of belonging to some sort of community with shared interests. And often this community is quite different social circle that like users usually like in offline life, have an offline life. So the second one is like a feeling of accomplishment and superiority. So while users play the games, so usually they mastering levels, climbing leaderboards, so overcome some challenges. So this process make feel people capable and successful. So you quickly achieve some sort of success and you get satisfaction with that. The self-expression and ownership, the next driver through custom avatars, custom nicknames, different sort of skins for game characters, and so on. People unleash their creativity. If I believe at least 60% of you playing games, you know that everyone is trying to customize their game characters in a different way. And this approach creates really very powerful anchor of possession, because it's leading to so-called loss avoidance effect, where people don't want to lose and don't want to leave from what they already built, invested their time, effort. So it really drives retention and loyalty. The next one is curiosity. So humans were created curious by design. So, and games really provide a safe way to fulfill this desire to explore through storytelling, through secret missions, through character evolution, and so on. If we have a great, really design of the game, it really helps and motivate people to go further, to explore new like levels and so on. And again, it drives loyalty and retention a lot. Uh, Usually through the games, we try to combine these drivers and create different sort of mix for customer engagement and activation. So we are going to use these motivators in advantage of financial products later in this presentation. So before moving to mechanics, we need to take a look on so-called player archetypes. So in games, we have like classical four type of players. The first one is achievers. So their motivation is progress. So they are driven by mastery and completion. And usually their behavior is lying complete challenges, climbing higher levels, collect unique artifacts, seeing the progress bar hits 100%, and so on. The next player type is so-called explorers, and they are more focused on drivers of curiosity and autonomy, and they value dependence and like thrill about some unknown things. Usually, they enjoy so-called open worlds. I believe you heard about the Minecraft or Grand Theft Auto GTA. So deep customization, uncovering hidden features or so-called Easter eggs, it's what makes them excited. They love exciting narrative and they can play a lot in this type of games. The next player archetype is so-called socializers or connectors. So interaction and belonging to the group is their key driver. And they usually play team play games, collaboration, joint missions, feeling, a mutual support, what makes them happy, and usually they want to enjoy exchanging of different game assets, gifts, use trading, marketplaces, and so on. And the last one, it's killers. Domination and winning, it's a primary goal. So because they do a self-affirmation through this. And again, they are aggressive, competitive, and they really often willing to invest a lot in game equipment, or they paying for add-ons in the games that help them to gain this additional advantage over other players. But knowing the player archetypes, so how can we adopt them to the customers of financial products? And we need to think about that when we try to look in our CRM data and identify these customers among these player archetypes among our customers. So the first one that is like close to achiever, we call it in finance so-called optimizers. So usually the psychology here is they want to control, they want to get efficiency. They really like work with their like anxiety by organizing things. And usually when we take a look on the CRM data, how we can identify the login frequency. Usually they log in our digital app daily, weekly. They check balances before and after transaction. They usually have a high engagement into analytical tools like personal finance management, budgeting, different sort of savings like products like vaults, pots, and so on. They can rename accounts, for example, holiday fund or savings for the trip and so on. And in terms of the payment behavior, usually it's 100 like on time. They use the scheduled transfers, roundups, and they usually engage with promo activities with clear rules, one of the first. So when you give them, hey, do X and to get Y, they are there. The next category is the avoiders, or aka explorers. So this type of customers, they seek peace of mind because really managing finances a little bit stressful for them. And in terms of the behavioral patterns, and if we took a look on the CRM data, usually it's login frequency is low, medium. So they have a high cash balances and usually in like low interest accounts. They use basic features like checking accounts, transfers, like ignoring more sophisticated products. And in terms of the risk profile, they like ultra conservative. They usually, if they made investments, it's like GICs or some insured deposits rather than investing in stocks. The socializers, it's optimistic people. So we call it so-called dreamers. And their values, it's like experiences. So money is a tool for social connections. So how we can easily to identify them inside our CRM merchant category spendings. So usually it's high spend on dining, on entertainment, on travel, and also charity as well. So they usually use frequently P2P transfers, splitting bills, gifts, and so on. A lot of small transactions are character to them, and participate in lotteries, prize pools, chance-based mechanics, and so on. As well, they low in usage of personal finance management features of our product. And the last one, it's the killers or hunters. As we know, this type of people are driven by domination, by status, and they are high risk takers. Usually they active with crypto, with stocks, with forex operations. Again, they trade a lot and have high trade volumes. They early adopters of different sort of premium products like premium signature, black cards, and so on. And again, status for them is quite important, and they play with high limits, and they are quite aggressive in terms of the wealth management strategies. So they are okay with high volatility on the markets. So again, depends on the different player archetype. We can use different gamification strategies to, switch them on and deliver what we want in terms of the business outcome. So again, common game mechanics that used in the games, and we also use them in financial products as well. Like classics, it's like to support achievement and progress. It's points, badges, rewards, progress bars. Sometimes even like boss fights. So-called like getting to a major milestone somehow. Again, to maintain engagement, really great work streaks, giveaways, time limits, and mechanics that leverage the loss avoidance effect. So to fear the losing progress somehow. To foster some sort of perception and belongings, it's really great to use customization options, collectibles, virtual assets, and so to help customers feel this experience that, oh, it's mine app or it's mine product, it's about me. So I invested there some time, it's adopted to my preferences. And discovery, usually it's locked content, secret missions, some hidden levels, hidden components of the game, so that you can unlock them only if you achieve some sort of like level or some sort of tasks that you ask them to perform to move forward. And moving to the definition of the gamification. So in simple words, gamification is the use of game design and game design elements to non-game context. And our ultimate goal with gamification is just like strategically influence engagement, motivation, and customer retention. So if we transfer this knowledge about the game mechanics, about the players' archetypes, about the game strategies into the real life, like non-game products, so we can really achieve great results. So congrats with the achievement of passing level 1, the basics of gamification. And now we are going to move forward to gamification in finance. Let's start from the goals. What goals do we have and what is the reason of applying the gamification to our product? So I will not focus on the high level financial metrics like earning per share or net profit, more like on the lower level. Usually what sort of goals on a bank examples we have? It's like active customer base or net to bank customers. So it's primary relationship rate or share of wallet, products per customer, profitability per customer, deposit with loans ratio, churn rate, net promoter score, customer satisfaction score that defines the loyalty. So, and depends on the needs and our focus metrics, we need to think about the customer life cycle and how gamification support achieving these goals depends on where the customer is. So the core stages, again, based on the retail banking example, it's first consideration and application, KYC procedure, habit formation, product expansion, loyalty, and finally, sometimes it's like an exit. So on the early stage, usually it's like for consideration application and first onboarding and activation, our primary goal is to drive high conversion rate and high activation rates. On the next stage, when we go to more habit formation, so we need to ensure the transaction frequency, the setting up the regular payments, building basic financial literacy. And so this is where the fight for share of wallet truly begins. The growing stage is and retention and loyalty is where our efforts more increase on the product penetration and anchoring customer through both like financial benefits and strong emotional connection. And at the exit stage, we need somehow to keep relations with our customers or find a way how to, reactivate them really fast. Important to recognize that depends on the stage, and we need to use different sort of approach to gamification. On the early stage, we need to build confidence and help customer to, to settle in. So usually, new customers when they enter a bank or sign up to a new product, so they experience like a mix of emotions. So some sort of excitement because they saw a great advertising, or someone referred your product to them, but also it's some sort of anxiety and suspicion because they don't know exactly what they should expect. And we're dealing with their expectations and how their expectations are going to meet the reality. So our goal here is to build confidence and provide immediate confirmation that they made the right decision. And usually tactics here is the progress bar over the onboarding, the instant rewards. Hey, like Andrew, you made a first transaction, get the badge. So, or you're doing great, and like other 500,000 people did the same. So no worries, you're on the right track. So stage and initial personalization helps to make product feel more, personal and adopted to the user needs. Again, on the next stage, mastery and loyalty, where already customers already settle up, and we must, a little bit step back and reduce the amount of these instant rewards, badges, communications, because we don't need to feel like a casino. Yeah? So we're playing a long game, multi-year game, and on the later stage, when we use the habit formation, cross-sell, advanced products, retention, and loyalty, we're more focused on helping customers develop their mastery. So focusing on growing their financial portfolio, on financial literacy, and again, tiered levels, virtual statuses, premium features, social benchmarking, like comparing their savings growth to similar profiles of customers works the best. And again, the exit strategy, quick wins. So if we see and our CRM identifies that these customers are in the churn cohort, so we need to provide them some rewards, some activities that help them to like reactivate their transactions with us, and then our customer representatives can somehow try to contact them and figure out what is going on. So again, different strategies for different stages of customer life cycle, and we need to use them strategically. And now let's jump from theory to some real life examples, and I'm going to share with you today. So the first stage, consideration and application. Our goals is clear. So increase brand awareness because people are just considering to start doing business with us. So drive organic customer flow, ideally to reduce the customer acquisition cost, increase conversion rate, form a good first impression. And methods that we can use here, it's like bring gamification offline. And in one slide, I'm going to share with you this great example. Again, social interactions with shareable virtual assets, sign-in bonuses, quite popular nowadays. And again, simplification of application process and progress tracking on the application stage to increase completion rate. And the case I would like to share with you today is the Monobank. It's a fantastic example of creative approach. It's a neobank, and they scaled from 0 to 10 million customers just in 8 years. This bank is from Ukraine, and maybe who doesn't know, Ukraine is almost the same market size as the Canada. And a huge part of their success is built on their hero mascot, the so-called Monocat. So everyone loves cats, almost. I'm like personally a dog person, but they use this character, humor, emotions to create a really massive customer engagement. They made a clever move. So as a part of their welcome pack on the initial stage, they distributed physical stickers, and also they created a couple of sticker parks a couple of sticker parks for digital stickers, so for messengers. And again, they tailored these stickers to real life events and cultural sentiments. They targeted on different specific target segments and some cultures. Also, they highlighted a couple of their core products, like on the right and the middle cat with the cell phone and Mona and the jar. So it was like one of their famous saving jar product and quite unique on the market when they launched it. So the strategy resonates deeply, and especially with the younger audience. Again, turning this app into quite brand people would like to be part of. They shared a lot in social media. They put the stickers on their laptops. So it was really great marketing campaign, and the Monocats remains in the heart of their brand identity and today. So the next stage is the KYC and onboarding. And this process usually is stressful for our customers. And our goal is to reinforce and help them, complete all these stages, reduce anxiety, increase onboarding completion rate, improve activation rate. And usually, from the gamification point of view, we use methods like stage-based progress and rewards, early stage personalization, levels, badges, completion rewards, and so on. The main goal, so to reduce anxiety and help to feel them that they are moving in the right direction. First example I would like to share with you today, example from Monzo. So again, it's also like a new bank, and they help on the initial stage with very clear and friendly communication to reduce anxiety and support and explain what they are going to do next. And they assure people that, hey, they are fully regulated UK bank. So they explain what is going on the next stages through very simple and clear communication. On the right side of the screen, I would like you to focus on the little banner at the top, join 500,000 plus others. And this is the great example how they add the social proof effect. So, hey, user, don't be afraid. Over the 500,000 people already successfully joined and complete their journey. So it helps to reduce risk and again discourage users from dropping out, and again ultimately increase conversion rate. So that also like works as a loss aversion tool, because again, if other 500,000 people already here, maybe it forced me to do so as well and not to lose an opportunity. Another famous bank is Revolut, and they were one of the first who introduced unique customization feature on the market. They allow customers to personalize their card as a part of their onboarding journey. And again, we also applied this methods to a couple of our projects, and staying within the Visa, MasterCard, Amex guidelines, we can allow customers, to customize and personalize their digital and also physical card design. In the United States, the Cash App did the same. And it's really great example. And from very beginning, you hold something personal, not the same as all users have, and it feels great. Monzo also plays this field, and they make like a step further in terms of the customization. They allow user to customize the whole look, so wallpapers, icons, theme, whatever. But we can go even beyond that, and we can experiment with the full experience, including the custom sounds, typography, unique icon set, and so on. Again, we had some experience with that, and I can say that consumers love it. Another story I also would like to bring you to Ukraine. It's number one bank in Ukraine, it's private bank, and really we're proud to work with them for many years. They allow to customize and change their card schemes, so digital card designs within the app. And again, as the user, you have a vast of range of categories like art culture, patriotic, animals, cities, fun for kids, different charity projects and collaboration, social events. And some of them are free, some of them you can unlock through the donation or direct purchase. So again, people love to use that. And this is a really great example when we can, in a simple way, give people a feel of personalization and customization and express themselves through it. And again, I would like to add a personal note. Despite I'm living in Canada, I'm a Ukrainian, and I ask you, don't forget that the country is in active state of war, and stay with and support Ukrainian people in a very way you can. And your support means a lot for us. So moving forward, the next example is from crypto. The Binance, they use the tire-based approach in their KYC procedure. You know, crypto, KYC, not very friendly things. And what Binance did, so first you can enter the app without any KYC procedure, but you are limited in the functions that you can use. Then if you go on the level higher, the basic KYC, you allow to do most of the transactions, but you are limited with access to higher transaction limits and some sort of perks. And if you decide and if you need the full power of the app of the exchange, so you need to verify yourself. It's like advanced KYC, and then you have full access to everything. And again, the goal is clear. They don't want to lose customers on the onboarding process, so they play smart here, allow them to step by step when they ready to provide all data about themselves, so to stay compliant with the regulations. The next example is like early usage and habit formation, next stage. So again, here our core goals is like set up and core accounts, initiate first transactions, stimulate feature discovery, build habits. And building habits taking time. So that's why we usually wrap up that in the discovery challenges, progress tracking, levels, badges for accomplishments, some giveaways, completion bonuses. Let's take a look on a couple of examples. I mentioned already Cash App. The Cash App use the level-based mechanics to promote this experience and regular payments and deposits. So if you meet some sort of criteria, so we can say like fee waivers, we can move to the better level of the accounts with a higher saving interest rates, with overdraft coverage, fee waivers, and so on. And again, they allow users to track the progress. And if you accomplish the goal on the spending, deposits, investing, and so on, you get the better results. Monzo plays the same way, but they utilize the challenge mechanics. So you as a user got push from the Monzo, hey, 2025, 2026, you are a new user. Let's start from small. Let's start from £1. And in this way, you can collect over the time some sort of money. And as you can see on the right, they track every day and help you to build this habit of saving, and then support you with some perks like encouragement and so on. Small steps, big impact. And again, for player archetypes and banking customer archetypes who are not really familiar with savings or don't have this habit, it's a great way to introduced this functionality and opportunities to them. The next example will be from Crypto.com. They use like heavy gamified approach with the badges and levels. So they wrap up into the missions, and they help to onboard and build this habit formation in terms of the level-based progress and education of the user. So what you should do to get the next level, and you step by step moving forward. And again, they can, through this mechanic, support the financial literacy education. Clio, it's a financial assistant. They also, like Monzo, they utilize challenges to build financial literacy and customer engagement in a fun way. So they even directly name it as the habit. So on the screens right on top. So they are quite a very specific in terms of their target audience, and they focus on helping people spend less. And through helping people spend less, they really became top of wallet among the customers. They try to make all spendings through this application because, again, they analyze their spendings, their purchasings, and support them in terms of the, hey, here you can save something, like deposit, or you can borrow if you need some things. Again, moving further, the cross-sell and advanced products. Again, our goal here is to increase the product penetration per customer and improve financial literacy here. So, and the methods that we can use is exploration of mini games, tire-based rewards, more active products, like better terms and conditions. So boost and instant rewards if you open, I don't know, saving account or open investing account or made the first investments and so on. Again, and status leverage, for example, using exclusive like premium or metal or whatever diamond statuses to make advanced products feel like an achievements rather than like a sales pitch. So it means that if you have like certain product, you can get the premium status, and this status will unlock some benefits for you. In terms of the game mechanics, one like extremely gamified case is the Fintech Cove. So they use the pure casual gaming concept to transform like the savings and investment journey. So you build and customize your own virtual island by trading and investing like in real world. Again, the metaphor here is your portfolio grows, your island flourish, and reward you earn unique in-app artifacts and building materials, so-called. So as by them you can achieve specific financial milestones and get the trading and trading volumes. So again, they turn this portfolio into so-called live ecosystem. One more example, again, from the Monobank. Last year, in October, they launched extremely interesting campaign, like a scavenger hunt. Event was focused on product discovery and engagement, and the mechanics pretty incredible, simple, but very powerful. You had a chance to win one of 50 iPhones, 25,000 equivalent cash prize, or BMW. And to do this, you have to find 50 lemons hidden deep inside the entire application. So again, with total marketing investment approximately 250K, the bank saw extraordinary results. So massive engagement, over 3 million customers actively participated in this hunt, trying to find these lemons again everywhere inside the app. It was a very low cost customer acquisition because they gained around 13,000 new customers. And if our assumptions in terms of the budget is correct, the customer acquisition cost was roughly only like $20. Product discovery, again, as all these lemons were hidden in every part of the app, in every feature. So feature discoverability skyrocketed, and users, poked into every corner of the app. And it was really a technical load test for the app because simultaneously a lot of people yeah, interact with the application, and it was really great marketing hype. So it works, and you can play with that on your end as well. And moving from Ukraine to India, another more extreme case is Fintech Grid, and they heavily gamified, and they use more like in a good way, like casino style mechanics. And they also, that it's quite unusual for financial apps, they own their in-app currency. So, and in a parallel with Rupee. So, and they use a lot of game mechanics like spin and wheel, win reward, unlock prize by utilizing their internal currency, get coins. So all this sort of engagement, you can get coins if you unlock some features, and again, you can unlock some features if you have coins. So they build this ecosystem, and it's quite popular, and it works. Again, we need to be very careful. Depends on our like image on the market, depends on our brand approach, but it works. So the last example for today is retention and loyalty formation. And again, here we more focus on like building feeling of belonging. So being valuable as a customer, making some influence on the market, and the methods usually it's like ranks or tires, gentle like loss aversion exploitation in a way how if you go somewhere you will lose, everything that you have here. It's like building community, society impact sharing, reference reward, family benefits, because if you like bring all your family to our bank or credit union, it works great. Again, unusual example, it's Commons. It's like fintech and lifestyle app. They build their strategy and gamification and reward around the sustainability. So they push customers and help by visualizing, make assessment of their direct environmental impact through things they purchase. And so if you purchase more like environment friendly products, you reduce your carbon footprint. And again, they help them to visualize their impact, share this impact, and people stay connected. So it's overall great mechanics for credit unions, because usually credit unions are built around some sort of community and they support community. And if we build some sort of gamification, especially for long-term customers, it really can help them to feel this belonging and value, and that they are visible. So it's like exploitation of feeling how much good did I do today. Okay, with the examples we finished for today. Congratulations with level 2, and we are moving to the last part of the webinar for today, level 3, gamification framework. Again, it's important to have some sort of the process when we work with the gamification. And to build the successful gamification strategy, we follow structured 4-stage process. The first level, its answer on the question is why. Yeah, our like strategic alignment. So we start from the business goals and what we're trying to achieve, lower churn, higher deposit volume, and so on. And we try to understand how it will be connected with our brand. On the next stage, we focus on the audience, of understanding the audience. For example, if we credit unions, usually it's the people who are like more risk averse. If we are in the business of crypto or trading, primarily we will have the killers. So different game mechanics can work with that. So here we dive into CRM or study through research our consumers. So next stage is how. Again, here we're talking about the concept, mechanics, and then check with our compliance, dev team, and run user testing. A little more details about each stage. So first one is business objectives. What metrics do we want to push first? So it's activation, share of wallet, product penetration, loyalty. So it could be different. And it's very important to align to regarding the brand positioning. So how do we position ourselves in the market? What is like brand archetype? So we are a king of jungle. So we are, I don't know, um, like TD, yeah. So or we are like Bank of America. So whatever. So we are leaders. So or we challengers like Revolut, like Monobank, or like we Everyman. So we just close to our customers, like a credit unions, and we support in every day of life. Again, we want to be very serious, or we are ready to be very playful. So somewhere in between. So this is like internal discussions on the senior level with the marketing, with the product team, with the board, where we need to understand how we will go to be present on the market. So then we switch to the who. So we try to understand and prioritize like our players' archetypes, so who they are. And we try to understand what part of the life cycle we are going to target. All of them, some specific, like onboarding, habit formation, share of wallet, and so on. Again, when we have some sort of goals and priorities, so then we can be effective on the stage of how. And the concept is critical. In many financial applications, we build a multi-year relationships with our customer, and we need to think strategically about how gamification will evolve over the time. So what kind of mix of mechanics we can use step by step, not to be too boring. And so we need to think about how flexible the concept should be. So and will it support the brand archetype and our strategic goals in 3-5 years from now, or even longer? So based on the concept, then we can switch to the specific mechanics, the UX UI, like points, badges, customization, and so on. Depends on the concept itself and the main idea. And then when we have mechanics, we obviously, and it's very important to go through compliance and ethics check. So we take a look on are we compliant with regulations? So do we use dark patterns? Are we avoiding them? So if it's okay or not for in our case, do all customers will have the equal access to mechanics itself? It's okay when we have the low income customers and high income customers in our customer base, but the mechanics itself, the logic should work for both categories. Again, how clear we are in terms of conditions, how easy to understand, and again, are we able to provide some sort of rewards? And this is like not going into like problems with law and regulations that we have on the market. And of course, we do user testing. And with user testing, we focus on how users think and feel about the idea, concept comprehension test, so how do they understand it, clarity, sentiment check, so is it like correlates with our expected brand perception and trust or not, and motivation check. And of course, based on that, we work with the technical implementation, timeline, strategies, and resources. Again, design process looks like linear, but it's more like cyclical. So because it could be a cycles when based on the findings and insights from the one stage, we can back and ask yourself some questions and rethink our positioning or our target segments and so on. So it's fine. And it's really important to build this process on some sort of user data. So user research, concept testing, usability testing, it's highly recommended during this process. At the end, few things we need to be cautious with. Overuse of points, badges, and leaderboards is like can be lead to burnout and loss of interest. So we need to mix up with other mechanics. Again, if we're too aggressive in loss aversion tactics, when hey, Mike, you will lose everything if you don't do some things. So we can cause anxiety and negative feelings about our product or brand. Gambling mechanics like slot machines, like spin and win, it's risky, it works, but again, we need to be very careful, and it works with some sort of customer segments. So test targeting and treating all customers as the same like group can reduce engagement and create sense of inequality. And again, pushing customers toward high risk behavior, like investing in high risk stocks, portfolios, crypto, again, it can erode trust. So we need to be cautious with them. So in terms of our support, we as a company, as a team, we can help you to take a look on existing gamification mechanics that you have already, and to find elements that could be improved, and explore like fresh strategies and mechanics here. And also, we are ready to support you with end-to-end design of the gamification strategy, from research, strategic approach of building and designing the logic and mechanics, and validation and implementation. So this is the main part for today. If you still do not download the gamification ebook that we crafted some time ago, you can do it now by scanning the QR code or finding this gamification guide for financial products on our website. Couple new examples of from the market and strategies you can find there. I would like to say special thanks to our media partners, Userlytics, Interaction Design Foundation, Fintech Cadence Canada, Fintech North Canadian Fintech Community. And I want to announce that we have a special giveaway from our partner, the Interaction Design Foundation. So they offer us one free masterclass, and we will make a raffle and select the winner from the final attendees of current webinar. And end of this week or beginning of next week, we announce it on our LinkedIn page, and contact directly through emails that we have with the winner. I hope you enjoy conversation and you enjoy the content today. It's a Q&A session, and I will be happy to answer your questions. You can post them in the chat. Thanks for positive feedback. Always important. Did they? Okay, Katerina Zimbal asked about the goals with the Monobank. I assume there were a couple of goals. I don't know, like insider information about the goals that they set at the very beginning. But again, very important is the product discoverability. They have not only banking services, but they also launched initially the marketplace. And I assume it was one of the goal. Again, it was the really great push to like people use their app more often. I assume they also had in their goal list some sort of customer activation and customer acquisition. So I believe it was like a mix, and definitely it was a good case with some nuances because not everyone was happy about this mechanics, and there were some sort of negative feedback as well. And app a couple of times crashed, but again, this is a great load test for them. Okay, so any good buy solutions? Yeah, Michael, regarding the good to buy solutions, I cannot like refer anyone because honestly I didn't investigate that, and usually with our partners we more work with in-house teams in terms of the building this mechanics inside. So again, depends on the strategy. So first you need to identify how and what, and then find who can support you, or in-house team, or you can find the third party providers on the market. Again, with ready solutions, or it could be like outsourced team who can build them for you. Okay. Yeah, it was crazy. So how do you balance the platform simplicity user experience with gamification? Because this mean more design components and user flow. And so how do you implement in the way through? Great question. Unfortunately, I don't know the name. It's iPhone. Again, user experience, easier. Casey, pleasure meeting you. So great question. Thank you. Again, this is like teamwork of UX UI designers, product designers on this work. Definitely, we cannot make this process very complicated, and that's why I highlighted that concept testing and user testing is very important, because when you design some sort of mechanics, you need to be sure that people, again, they can understand this mechanics easily, so it's not disturb their regular user flows, and it should support them. That's why it's a good questions and good question. And again, this is the work of the UX UI design team. Thank you. Good. So we're good for now. Have a 1 hour session. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your attendance and hope to see you soon. Please, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me through LinkedIn or through email. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Bye.